What's up guys, Mike Bonadio here. So let's talk about products. I know what you're thinking, like what should I sell? I don't know. How do I find the thing that's gonna make me filthy rich? So let's go from a top-down view and then get into the details. So when it comes to products, whatever you're gonna be selling in your store, there are some traits that you wanna focus on. You want to focus on having something that has enough room to work with, where if you're running ads, you can actually make money. Okay, so that means like you should really not sell anything, if you can help it, cheaper than like 50 bucks. Stay with anything less than 50 bucks, you're going to have a very difficult time. Now, that's not a hard and fast rule. If you have something for 20 bucks and it can be bundled to be sold for like 100 bucks, maybe something for 20 bucks and then quantity 5 they buy as like a bundle, and that's 100 bucks. Okay. The idea is your average order value should be like minimum 50 bucks. And I would say try to get it to 75 or preferably over 100. If you can get your average order value over 100, you'll have enough room to play with. Just understand what it's going to cost you, what you can sell it for, and what your margin difference is. Okay, you want at least 30%. So if you sell something for 100 bucks, you should make at least $30 off that. When you get below 30, you're getting into the danger zone. I would say you can get away with 20, but that's like really low, guys. And you're getting into the danger zone with those kinds of margins. So shoot for at least 30, preferably 35, 40. If you can get 50, that's good. Just you want enough margin, because if you're going to have, you obviously have the cost of the product itself, and if you're running ads, any other expenses you have, you need enough margin to play with. At least 50 bucks, at least a 30% margin, and evergreen. Now, people may debate me on this, like, well, you just find something that's trending and then you sell the trending thing. It's like, sure, you could do that. But at a certain point, what happens to trends, guys? They go up, then they die. So if you want to bank your success on a trend that's going to die, have at it. I prefer things that can be sold over and over and over again, that are evergreen, that don't go out of style. Or not even like the products themselves, but the audience will always need things from me. So I just give them more things, more products that will solve their problems. If you can focus on products that are custom, meaning they have personalization, they have some sort of custom, you can add your name to them, something like that. That is a huge differentiator, and it carves you out a space for yourself compared to someone who's just selling the product as is. Okay, this also helps with returns. You can't return something if like literally their name is on it. So when I ran my store, I didn't have returns because all my products were personalized. Now there's a couple positions you may be in when you start to get into product research. If you have no niche yet, meaning you haven't chosen a niche, you have no idea what your niche is, you haven't even thought that far, then there are a couple ways you can start to prospect for products. The first one is basically to go on social media, look at TikTok, look at Instagram, and just find products that are trending. Okay? So if you see that a certain product is getting a lot of attention, getting a lot of likes, getting a lot of shares, getting a lot of engagement, that's a good sign. Now this is if you don't have a niche, so you're just like saying, I will sell anything to anybody. It's like, all right. I don't really recommend that, but if you're going to do it, I'm going to tell you at least the best way to do it. So you want to look for trending products on social media, it's getting a lot of attention, and then basically reverse engineer the supplier behind that product so you can figure out how to get access to it. Okay, the second way is that there are all sorts of tools and platforms out there. There's other research tools for products. There's, the actual dropship platforms themselves will allow you to do your own product research, like CJ and all these places. If you ask me, the best research comes from your own brain, You don't rely on some software to solve all your problems. You have to think, guys. You got to think. Now let's talk about if you have a niche, you already decided, I want to sell products in this specific niche. Well, that's what I recommend you start with, is to actually have a niche first. Okay, so if you do, things are a lot easier. The first thing I would say is to just look at the other stores in that niche and look at what they're selling. Find the best selling products that those stores have, and then reverse engineer how to get access to those products. Finding out who their supplier is, reaching out to their supplier, or maybe they get it from some generic place like AliExpress or something. But it saves you a lot of research time because basically your competitors are already doing the work for you. So when you have a niche, you can start with, I hate to say it, but like, who can I mimic? Who can I copy? I'm not saying copy them. You can use them as a starting point to at least get an idea of like, okay, these products are selling well. Now, how do I sell those products too? You may need to, you may trace that product back to a specific wholesaler, or maybe it's a supplier through Ali or something. Remember, guys, it's not the only game is AliExpress or Alibaba or anything here. You still have US side that will import all the products and then keep them in their warehouses inside the US, and then you can work with them. So that would require like an application to the wholesaler, etc. Okay, but the idea is like if you have a competitor to start with, you can reverse engineer backwards how to find what they're selling so you can sell that same thing. And they've already proven that that product sells because it's one of their best sellers, right? If you haven't started your Shopify store yet, check out the link in the description below for a special deal of mine on Shopify. And if you want to work with me directly or see if I can help you with your store, again, check the description. There's a link to book a free call with me, totally free. I'll see if I can help you out with your store. You can reach out to wholesalers. You can just Google wholesaler in whatever your niche is. If you're selling dog sweaters, wholesalers, pet clothing. Search, email them, call them. They'll usually have an application for you to fill out. Just start a conversation and say, I'd like to sell your products. Now, you may get rejected, you may not. But once you are in the confines of a relationship like that with a wholesaler, they will basically tell you what sells. They'll say, these are our best sellers, these are selling right now, these are super hot right now. And it just saves you a lot of time and guesswork because they're sharing their own internal data, their own internal sales data with you. Okay, so you're going to save a lot of time and frustration by speaking to a wholesaler, speaking to suppliers, getting their internal data, just talking to them. You guys have to come out of your shell and be assertive and, talk to people. You cannot do drop shipping in a vacuum, closed in the dark in your basement. You have to be able to come out of your shell, speak to people, email people, get on the phone, and really start to make those connections. It's not really that hard. You just have to actually be willing to do the basics. If you're really struggling for product ideas, just look around your home. What's the last thing you bought? You probably bought something last week. What was it? Why did you buy it? Did it solve a problem of yours? If you think like that, I forgot. I am a target audience. You got targeted. Somebody targeted you to buy the thing that you bought. So ask yourself, why did I buy it? Really think, why did I buy that thing? Did I have a problem that I bought the thing to solve the problem? Or did I just like it as some sort of decorative tchotchke? Or, what's the reason? Really think like that because you guys are someone else's target audience. Okay, so look around your home. Look on the bookshelves. Look in your bedroom. You got stuff, right? Think each item that you have in your home is a product inside of a niche that served you as the audience. So you start to think like that, you're like, oh my God, it's all hiding in plain sight. It's like, yeah, you guys need to pay attention to what's right in front of you. Sometimes the best ideas you'll get just by looking around your home. Focus on products that have enough margin to work with, that are preferably evergreen. You can sell over and over and over to a specific audience. Do your product research, talk to suppliers, talk to wholesalers, look at what the competitors are doing, and then get started. And if you haven't gotten started yet, check out my special deal on Shopify in the description below. You can get the first month for $1. Get started. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out this video right here for even more help with dropshipping. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss my new videos.